What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid-techno. And I want to say this is like 04, 05. Does it say it here? Oh, hello. It's Luca, and she is coming to say hello. I definitely think this is post-2000, but not all that recently, maybe 20 years ago or so. But we're talking a record from Highwire, which is Ben Balafonic's label, and sometimes he goes as Seargent Steppa. But yeah, this is a tune under the Seargent Steppa name, and it's called Fade Away. But the track is most notable for the remix provided by D.A.V.E, the drummer, who is not only an incredible producer and one of the acid-techno godfathers going way back, and also produces other types of techno, more minimal or sort of industrial style techno in other cases, but has returned in recent years to making a lot of really tasty acid-techno. But yeah, his remix ability is quite notable. I reacted to a remix he did of a classic immersion tune, although under the name Shaft Punk, and it was called Squat Rock, and the remix, the tonal shift remix by D.A.V.E, the drummer of Squat Rock, is quite fantastic. And this is another one that fits very much into a similar vein, not just because I think it's on the same level, but it even has the same subterranean, not evil, but a bit dark, a bit menacing type of feel to it. And this one, like that one, has a really big explosion of that dark driving acid sound about halfway through, so let's hear it. This is the D.A.V.E the drummer remix of Seargent Steppa, aka Ben Balafonic's track Fade Away on the Highwire label, and as I said, I'm not sure of the year, but I'm gonna guess somewhere in the mid-2000s. What do you think, Luca? What do you think? Let's calm down a little bit and start that with the right tempo. Again, already underground, subterranean. Real foot stomping, you know, staring at the floor type techno, where you're just locked in. Singular bubbling acid line rising up a bit. D.A.V.E also did a remix of Mellow Trax's Outer Space, and that's another one that I think syncs perfectly with something like this, or the remix of Squat Rock. Don't remember if I reacted to that. We'll investigate. Little snare roll right into the measure change. Like underground it kicks off again, starts going, but it's not until a couple measures later when it finally actually drops for real. It's coming. Now it kicks up, the acid kicks up a pitch, but we're still waiting. And when the drop does come, it hits. We're going to hear the title of the track. But it's not fading away, right? It's sound toward. Putting a sample in this part of the track in some of my mixes, it just... Techno army has now emerged on the surface. Absolute tune. Now again, it's not trying to reinvent the wheel, it's not trying to be the wildest and craziest acid techno track ever. Indeed, I would say I was thinking near the end, it's like an acid techno track that isn't concerned with making friends. Now that sounds harsh, but it's like, it's dark, it's underground, yes, it sort of comes up from the surface when it really hits that main drop and the acid starts lashing and slicing and any other verb with S, like slithering, I suppose, but it definitely is not a tune that's designed to have, you know, crossover appeal. It's not it doesn't have a trancey melody. It just really is underground acid techno army, focused and marching the whole time, even if again it sort of, you know, pushes up under or from underneath the surface at the apex of the track. So top tune, again, Dave the drummer has a number of remixes like this that are just, they're in that sweet dark acid techno spot. And so, as I said, whether it's the remix of Squat Rock or the remix of Out of Space, you know, I could probably put together a whole mix of Dave the Drummer tunes that are in this sort of vein. So shout out to Dave the Drummer, both back in the day, whose real name is Henry Cullen, by the way. Many people will know this, but in case you didn't, he goes under some other names. So yeah, Henry Cullen, real name. Dave the Drummer, his most famous Super K, I suppose. It's not really a written name. In any case, yeah, he really does nail this sound. So shout out to him in the old school days. Shout out to him again, making acid techno with real verve and flair. So yeah, big ups to all that. Let me know what you think of this tune. And Luca, I am now gonna let you slide right into the chair. What do you think? Yep, I think she's gonna take it. Yeah, and I will see you next time. Peace.